Yeah. Well, it's great starting off the video with the hiccup. Fuck. Oh, God. Okay, so, it's day 3 on our wonderful adventure here. Our challenge, which I am kicking ass at. Not really. But, okay, day 3 is 18 of my favorite foods. Let's make this brighter. Okay. Alright, number 1, Nutella. Who doesn't love Nutella? It goes great on everything. It goes great on pretzels, brownies. Those brownies I made, I almost died. They were seriously so fucking good, dude. Now I want more. Pizza rolls. Who doesn't like Totino's pizza rolls? They're fucking amazing. Pasta carbonara. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just like an Alfredo sauce with bacon and peas. I mean, you don't have to have peas, but the main thing is the carbonara, the bacon. And the way I do it, oh, it's so good. You cook the bacon, and I take the bacon out to drain, and you leave the grease in the pan, and you saute onions and garlic in the bacon grease. And you cook it, and then you toss the peas in there, because peas don't really need to be cooked, they just need to be warmed. Toss them in there at the last minute. If you want to have chicken, you can cut up chicken, put it in there, cook it. And then you get the Alfredo sauce. You can make it yourself, or you can just buy a jar and doctor it, which is what I do, because it takes way too long to make an Alfredo sauce. Like, I mean, it doesn't take that long, but it's just like, it's not worth it, because what you get out of the jar is just as good if you doctor it up. And so what I do is I throw it in there with the bacon, and I let the flavors, like, infuse. And I put cayenne pepper in it. What else do I put in it? There's this stuff called Creole seasoning. It's seriously, I put that shit on everything. Like, it's so good. I don't even know what it is, but it's so good. And anyway, yeah, you cook all that together, and then you toss the pasta with the sauce, and then you sprinkle the bacon on top, and you can put like pecorino romano or just plain old Parmesan cheese on top. It's really good. And I make it special for my brothers. I cook scallops and shrimp with the bacon, and I put that in there too. They really like it that way. I do not eat seafood. It tastes disgusting. So, but that's another way to do it. It's really good. Green chili stew. I don't know if you guys eat this, but in Tucson, this is a big thing to eat, and my aunt makes it so well. It's so good. Carne asada. Delicious. My favorite place to get it is from a Roach Coach, but they don't have any here. Bagels with onion and chive cream cheese. I love that. Okay, there's this restaurant called Sullivan's in Tucson, and it's a really high-end restaurant, and they have this steak that they make special for me, because my family, we used to go there a lot. So they have this special steak it's a ribeye. You can make it yourself at home. It'll be just as good. Because honestly, I just told them to make it this way. And it's because I knew I liked it this way. So honestly, it doesn't even fucking matter. They just have really high quality beef there, is the point. Anyway, get a ribeye. Get a ribeye with a lot of marbling, because marbling means more flavor. And you take it, you wrap it in fucking bacon. And you take butter and let it sit out. Let it sit out and get, if you leave it out, it gets like kind of mushy, but don't let it get too mushy. And then you take a couple, like if you want to do this to an entire, I do it to an entire stick of butter so that I have it for later. You take garlic and you put it in a press and you press it. I would do 2 cloves if you're going to do a whole stick. And then you smush it into the butter, and then you take blue cheese crumbles. And you can either buy a block of blue cheese and crumble it yourself, or they come in like a little container, and you can just toss them in there, and you crumble, and you mold it kind of back into the shape of the butter stick. Stick it in the fridge, let it harden back up, leave it in there. So then you take the steak, you grill it, put it on the pan, however you want to fucking cook it, do whatever you want, with the bacon wrapped around it. And then once it's done, you take about half a tablespoon in the butter, depending on how big the steak is, just whatever you want, and you just fucking plop it on there while it's still hot, and it'll melt, and the cheese, oh my god, it's so good. And then you just take the bacon, and you can cook it more, you can crumble it, or just leave it on there, and then you take French fried onions, and you put that on top, and just, fuck, it's so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Number 8 is French green beans, which is basically just green beans that are cooked with almonds, butter, and garlic. And not out of the can. They've got to be, fresh ones from the produce section. Gummies. I love gummies. They're so good. I don't like the ones that are transparent. I like the ones that are opaque. I would go get some, but I ate them all, so I can show you guys. Cookie dough Pop-Tarts. Okay, so I don't really like Pop-Tarts very much because the filling, it's not the icing, it's the filling. I can't eat it, and I love the cherry ones. The cherry ones are so good, but the filling makes me sick. And these cookie dough ones, I don't know if I got a bad box or if they're all like this, but there's like literally almost no filling in them, and so they're super good, and they just taste like the crust, the pie crust, and they're really fucking good. Jicama. I don't know what this is. I mean, obviously I do. I don't know if it's a melon. It's like a crunchy watermelon, except for it doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like water. It has no flavor. And the way I usually have seen it eaten is that you put it in a coleslaw, like if you're like a Cuban coleslaw, or you just julienne it and put it on top of a salad. Or what I do it is I just buy it and then you put it in water and then you can snack on it. Like you just keep the water in there so it doesn't dry out. Or you can take the pieces and dip them in. There's this stuff called tagine. I don't know if you guys have it here. Or anywhere that's not Tucson, but you could probably do it just with chili powder and lime. But that's basically what the flavors are in this tagine powder, and you just dip it in there and you eat it, and it's really good. But I don't know what it is. If you want to look it up, it's Jicama, jicama. I really don't know what it is, and now I should probably look that up. Edamame. I love edamame. Chicken lettuce wraps from P.F. Chang's. They're so good. Pho. Or pho, however you say it. If you've never had this, you need to eat it. It's a Vietnamese soup, and it's super delicious, and I love it. I could eat it every day for the rest of my life and be so happy. It's basically, you can get seafood, chicken, tofu, beef. I get the beef, consomme base. It's just the broth, and then you can get meatballs, or if you get seafood, you get the seafood pieces. I get broiled beef tenderloin slices in mine. And, so basically it's just a broth with pieces of meat in it, onions, vermicelli noodles, and rice noodles at the bottom. And it's a big ass bowl. Like, I can never finish one. And then they give you a plate that's got cilantro, jalapeno, bean sprouts, sriracha on it, and you dip the spoon in the sriracha, you dip it in the broth, and then you put the shit. You're supposed to put the shit on top and then squeeze a lime on it, but I just throw all the shit on that plate in the bowl, and I just like chopstick that shit into my spoon and I eat it, and that's the way I like to eat it. I don't know how to say this. It's Num Nhong Quan. It's another Vietnamese food, but it's basically vermicelli and rice noodles again, and they cut them up into about the size of little pieces of rice. They put it on a sticky sheet of rice paper, and then they put lettuce, and then they put, I like the pork kind, they put charbroiled pork pieces in it, a piece of basil, some cilantro, and then peanuts, and then they wrap it up like an egg roll, and you just eat it, and it's really good. I really like it. And they're served cold. That sounds weird, but it's good. Gelato. I love gelato. There's this place in Tucson that has organic gelato, and there's this flavor called cream or custard, and usually when I get things that are cream flavored or custard flavored, it's just sweet, and doesn't taste like real cream. Like if you've ever had whole milk, or if you guys have ever had clotted cream with like fruit, or just I fucking eat it by itself, it tastes just like that. It is seriously so good. And then gyros. Who doesn't love gyros? Like, pita. I don't like them in the pita thing because I'm a really messy eater. So I usually get that and some pita bread and tzatziki and, just like make little mini tacos and just fucking eat them. But anyway, yep. Day 3, 18 favorite foods. There you go. World of Tumblr.